Story 1. Not looking my age. When my mom was younger and had me, people did not believe her that she was 23 with a kid. They thought she was 16. My dad died at 51, but people say he didn't look it and not one gray hair. I'm 27 and people say I could pass for an 18-year-old. Anyway, people have asked if me and my 17-year-old brother are dating. Story 2. I could always eat like a horse and not gain a pound. However, at 35, my thin self was diagnosed with diabetes and had to learn portion control and carbohydrate counting anyway. I'm 46 now. Story 3. I'm skilled at handiwork. My siblings can't put up a picture straight while I'm building furniture and other things. I can use an impact drill on the first try without instruction. We're all girls, by the way, so there's no gender bias. It's just such a useful skill to have. I'm saving a ton of money on hiring handymen. Story 4. Eternal youth. People I meet think I'm a college kid. Dude, I'm about to be 40. The benefit of being half black and half Asian, I guess. It comes with smooth skin, lack of blemishes, no wrinkles, and a baby face lacking facial hair. Also, never having to wear sunscreen, even in Arizona. A full head of hair at my age. Won that from my mom. Thanks, Mom. Story 5. My height. My parents are both 5 feet 6 inches, and statistically speaking, I should have been short, but somehow I am 6 feet tall. Edit. I am one of 3 in my entire family that is 6 feet or taller, and the only one from my dad's side. Story 6. Great skin, baby face. I'm in my mid-30s, and everyone still thinks I'm in my mid-20s. They are always shocked by how young I look. I hated it as a kid. Now I'm finally enjoying it. Story 7. I'm a 29-year-old male considered objectively good-looking according to others. I'm not extremely attractive, but enough to stand out and be frequently complimented. I'm a decent size at 5 feet 11 inches and put on muscle easily without really gaining fat. I also have a robust immune system. Downside, I have a long history with addiction, bipolar disorder, depression, and other conditions that have led me to be on over 20 medications over the course of my life, including Suboxone. I also have pectus excavatum, although the corrective surgery, known as the Nuss procedure, worked wonders. Win some, lose some. I also wonder how much nurture influenced nature in some of these aspects. Perhaps I would be over 6 feet 0 inches and not have as much mental illness if I hadn't started abusing drugs at 14. Story 8. I've got nice legs. My mom's still going strong at 90, and my dad made it to 86 even after a terrible life which included fighting in Russia during World War II, including a stint as a prisoner of war and a lifetime of heavy smoking. I haven't had it measured, but I'm posting I'm more intelligent than at least one former president of the United States of America. Story 9. An incredible combination: bipolar type 2, anxiety, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and a skin disease that reacts to stress. Basically, until I learned what my issues are, I had been in a loop started by depression triggering anxiety. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder made me focus only on it, triggering my skin disease. My skin disease was stressful, both physically and mentally, making it go full circle. Story 10. Flexibility. I can put my legs behind my head, I can do a front fold, touch my toes, and even do so while hugging my legs. I just have a flexible body. Story 11. Genetic testing shows I have 0 genetic cancer mutations for over 30 types of cancer. Does that mean I can't get cancer? No, but it is now down to environmental factors, and I consider that a win. Story 12. Gumby body, or maybe just amazing split-second instincts to mitigate the incoming damage, I don't know. I roll my ankles all the time, sometimes eliciting audible gasps from others. I've never felt even slight pain. If I cross my legs, I can fake faint super convincingly and safely, but apparently, everyone I tried teaching this to said it's super painful. Right now, I just got up and did it 3 times on hardtile, and other than a little pain in my upper right butt cheek that went away in minutes, I feel the same as a moment ago. My dad's only real injury ever, in many years playing sports, college scholarship to play full-time on an award-winning defense, and other sports, was his Achilles while playing pickup basketball, already over 50 years old. I've never been in an accident, but I don't even need to go far to tell some crazy ones. This one is going off my faulty young memory. My mom was in a bus accident that killed over half the people involved, and I was young. My memory is bad, but I think her recovery was like 2 weeks of bed rest at home. What I can say is that I saw her about a week after it happened, and I swear to you, if you took the medical stuff out of that room, you would never have known. She wasn't right at the impact, but she was closer than others who died. This one's real. My grandma, as a child, fell off a massive wall onto some metal pipe. I don't know how big the wall was, but the way the story is told and how everyone agrees it should have killed her instantly, 5 to 10 stories is my guess. She only broke her back, and she not only recovered in less than 18 months, but she worked on a farm for years after and to this day is by far our most mobile grandparent. I'm not even close to being done. Story 13. General fitness. I can barely work out and still stay decently fit while eating whatever I want. Definitely didn't win the dental health genetics, though. Story 14. You know, it's easy to complain about life, but recently things have looked good. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, again, easy to complain about, but there are positives like I'm also very creative. Story 15. Great beard growth, having perfectly average height, great for buying cheap clothes, and everything is tailored to you. And a good metabolism that keeps my weight in a greenish area even though I ingest food like air. Story 16. O negative blood. Not especially good for me, but I am a universal donor and I like that. I have really nice blue eyes, naturally lean and vein of forearms, and I am well endowed. Story 17. My voice is really loud and in tune. I have zero vocal training, and I can sing with the best of them. I have no desire to pursue it professionally, as I already have a Doctor of Philosophy in biochemistry. Story 18. I don't need to work out to have amazing calves. Skinny pants often do not fit at all. After I severely messed up my Achilles jogging, a musculoskeletal doctor told me it's because my ankles are deformed. So just walking around gives my calves a workout as they compensate for my malformed ankle joints. I cannot tolerate orthotics because of damage to my plantar fascia, so I just have to stretch a lot and be careful. Story 19. 6 feet 5 inches, and I can grow a beard that intimidates lumberjacks. Add to that, I have the dude version of resting B***** ch face. Basically, when someone is looking to make a visual aid or poster child for healthy masculinity, they usually draw me. Story 20. No gray hair. 48 years old. My grandmother died at 92 and only was showing gray around her temples. She also had all of her teeth until very late in life as well. Story 21. My teeth never even had a cavity. My wisdom teeth were only the top ones, and they only took them out to be extra safe. Recovery was so smooth that I went to a convention 2 days later. Considering I've struggled to maintain consistent dental care due to mental illness, and my sister has dental problems. Story 22. I am almost 40 with no known health issues except being a bit overweight and a 150 or so intelligence quotient. My kids, as far as we can tell, have done pretty well on inheriting some intelligence. Heart disease is an issue in my family, though, so I should work a lot harder on the being overweight thing. Story 23. Incredibly stable weight while also being easy to gain weight or lose it. I've always had a very stable weight, but then I wanted to gain some, and I gained precisely as much as I wanted to and kept it up without any effort. When I wanted to go down again a little because I didn't feel comfortable with my body image, I lost the weight just as easily. Story 24. Very light blue eyes. People have commented on them for as long as I can remember. When I was growing up, people would look at me and stare. I would be thinking, do I know that person? And most times, people would say, I love your eyes. You look like you have wolf eyes. I wish I had your eyes. I didn't like this one when I was young. Later on, they would ask, is that your Rayall eye color? When colored contacts became available. Even now at 59, I get complimented at least once a week about my beautiful blue eyes. Story 25. Height, though I'm a good deal taller than either of my parents, and a full head of hair, though I inherited that from a great-grandmother. I basically won the genetic lottery by being a genetic aberration. Story 26. Good teeth. When I went to university at 18, I forgot to book myself a regular dental appointment. This continued for 17 years until I was forced to see someone due to wisdom tooth pain at age 35. The dentist inspected my teeth and, bracing for horrific news, I asked what they could see. Yes, a bit of overcrowding at the back, so my wisdom teeth needed to go, but no cavities and no gum disease. I told them I had not seen a dentist in 17 years, and they blinked incredulously. Fast forward another few years, and I am 45 with no cavities, no fillings. Story 27. Despite the fact that I've lived a difficult and interesting life, I still look about 15 years younger than I am, 54 years old, which I can only attribute to genetics. When my paternal grandfather died in his mid-80s, he looked around 50. Story 28. Strong and thick hair. I don't think balding has been a thing in my family, at least in my lifetime, so I might be lucky enough to die with a full head of hair. Story 29. My maintenance calories are very, very high, which is really cool because I love food, but it's a drag if I want to gain weight. Maintaining it is fairly easy if I don't get sick. Story 30. Clean skin, extremely thick and healthy hair that grows really fast, and nails that never break. The only downside is that I almost have to use pliers to cut through my nails, and the fast-growing hair is not exclusive to just my head. I don't use any supplements or eat healthily. Story 31. I'm a moderately tall white man with a professional-looking face. If I stay quiet, people assume I am smarter and more knowledgeable than I actually am on most subjects. If I had the confidence of a salesman, I could really take advantage of people. Also, big deal. Story 32. Hair. I naturally have type 2B/C wavy hair that just falls perfectly without me having to do much to it at all, or use any fancy products. This is to the point where coworkers, strangers, friends, and even my siblings will compliment me. Seems like that's my best physical quality. Story 33. No loss of hair nor gray hair in a late 30s male. My father in his 60s is living a somewhat self-neglecting, sedentary, and alcoholic lifestyle. Absolutely has no hair treatment at all, but still shows no sign of hair loss, and it's hard to spot a gray hair at first glance. Considering some people are paying money for a wig, transplant, or regrowth treatment, do I have a gifted gene? Meanwhile, I don't care much about my hair, so I simply shave it every few months. Story 34. Great hair and skin. 62 and no wrinkles. A lot of hair that has to be thinned out by half with each cut. Also a great sense of humor. Edit. No makeup except eyeliner and mascara, except for really special occasions when I wear lip balm. Story 35. Sleeping while traveling. It's actually almost hard for me to stay awake in any moving vehicle. I impressed my co-travelers once by sleeping 12 hours straight in a tiny seat in economy class during a transcontinental flight. I can sleep in buses, cars, and trains too. Sitting upright, no need to push the chair back. Story 36. Intelligent, analytical, even-tempered. School was pretty easy. I didn't have to study much until college. I was able to figure out the most crucial reading and assignments to do and focus on to get good grades. I am much better at social sciences and reading than math, but I have my own business and understand taxes, insurance, budgeting, investing, and so on enough to get by. I rarely seem overwhelmed, but I am very good at masking my feelings. This allows me to support my husband with his mental health challenges without lashing out or becoming angry. Story 37. Higher testosterone levels for a woman. Got bullied all through high school, but as an adult, it's made putting on muscle in martial arts so much easier. Story 38. Good teeth, and I mean in terms of health, not necessarily appearance. My enamel is super good. I'm 43 and have never had a cavity or any dental problems whatsoever. My dentist tells me a fair bit of that is genetic. Health in general. I really have zero health issues or body problems, never struggled with my weight, etc. Just seem to overall have a good little healthy body. Story 39. Just 3 years ago, my father passed away from cancer. Last year, my only brother passed from cancer. I was diagnosed with, you guessed it, cancer. I'm putting up a good fight, but I'm slowly losing the battle. Story 40. Health so far. I am nearing 40 and have never been to the hospital, never had surgery, no glasses either, and barely 2 cavities. I take after my father, who also has really good health. He's 74. While my sisters take after my mother and had many issues growing up and as adults. I feel really lucky. Let's hope that will continue. Story 41. I am from a white family that ages slowly until they hit their mid-50s. I met my partner when I was 25, and I had to confirm my own age to people more than enough times for a few years. Story 42. Good hair, good teeth, youthful appearance, poor eyesight, petite, sweet tooth. Well endowed since I was 10 years old. Was a double D in middle school. That was rough. Story 43. Really nice clear skin that makes me look younger than I am. No allergies or health problems so far. On the other hand, I need some pretty thick glasses, so I think it evens out a bit. Story 44. Pro. High intelligence quotient when I was young, measured at 164 with a psychologist when I was 10 years old. Con. Lowered emotional intelligence when I was young. Apparently, it's not autism, but it is genetic. I was the first one in the family to go to university with virtually no help besides parental encouragement. The teachers thought I was not smart enough due to my poor communication skills with children of the same age. My parents are very proud of that. The bullying in my younger years was relentless, though. I wished I was more of an average person because of it, and I hope my kids will be average as well. Now that I'm an adult, everything sorted itself out. When I'm with other higher educated peers, the only things that stand out are an above-average memory, a slightly wider knowledge base outside my area of expertise, and a shy demeanor in new situations. Story 45. I don't easily have blemishes and no stretch marks even when I gained and lost weight, got pregnant, and gave birth. This, I believe, is winning the genetics lottery, as my mom and grandmother didn't have stretch marks either.